it's so funny because I took 3 years of French in high school, so I think one of my teachers would be proud of me, man. I did really well in that class, but I did not retain I did not retain anything that I learned. Man, like you said, it started with my family. So just writing, in the car, whatever music was playing on the radio, like that was obviously my first introduction to music. And also like going to sleep, like my mom would like put on a radio station to put me and my brother to sleep. It would like go on for like 20 minutes and it was like soul music, like super like R&B. When I was in high school, a lot of people, not a lot of people, my close friends would come to me with like their iPods and like have me put music in them and I would ask them like, "What do you want me to put in these?" Like I have no idea what your taste is. They're just like, "Put whatever you want." Like I like your taste. Yeah, he taught me at like before this house party started, and then he like wanted me to DJ for part of it because he wanted to talk to girls. So you know what I mean. So yeah, man. Hopefully they're open to doing one of these because this is dope. I like what y'all are doing. Just stay safe, man. This world is unpredictable. Just stay safe. Um, try and find your inner peace.
De la Musicópolis.
What's up, guys? I hope you're doing well. My name is JD Host, and I'm with my guy Chris.
What's up?
Nice to meet you. We are part of a French media platform called De la Musicopolis, dedicated to beatmakers and DJs. We love music and we love the people who are making and playing music. And so, part of this media platform, there is a podcast called Dans le monde de, which literally means in the world of. And we have the opportunity to interview DJs, music producers, journalists, artists, people within this music industry who share the same love for music that we have. And so, for the first time ever, we had the great opportunity and pleasure of welcoming an international DJ. His name is Your Imagination.
Your imagination.
This guy is the real deal. Who is Your Imagination, Chris?
Well, your imagination is a DJ is doing a big mix called Sweet Nothing Radio,
Yes.
dedicated to R&B, soul, new soul, from let's say the 80s to nowadays,
Yeah.
and he's providing us like with two mix months, bi-monthly months, um, mix of justement, wow.
He's the French guy in you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
These vibes, well, with the upcoming artists, the biggest one and the legend,
exactly.
and that's why we needed to get him here and to interact with him for his passion with music, his background, and everything, and how the game is evolving there in the US. So that
For
was a
sure.
great exchange.
Yeah, this guy knows R&B. And if you're part of our French audience, maybe you already know that we are huge lovers of R&B.
Tu sais déjà.
Chris and myself, you already know. And if you are new to this podcast, maybe a new listener or a new viewer, and you're living abroad, outside of France, in the US, in the Bay Area, like our guy Your Imagination, for example, you're welcome to that program, and we are very happy to see you. We hope that you will enjoy our conversation. Um, and without further ado, in the world of, or dans le monde de Your
Your
Imagination,
imagination.
let's
Let's
go.
go. Okay, so as you know, De La Musicopolis is both dedicated to producers and DJs. And for those who are actively in the SoundCloud scene, you know how it is to dig. And for the guest that we have today, we've been listening to his mixes for about, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. And he's providing us in R&B, soul, new soul, from the 80s to nowadays, and he's also known for his mixes, but we know him for his Sweet Nothings radio. We're today with Yurimagination.
Yo, what's up,
I'm
man?
good, man. I'm good. Chilling, chilling. How are y'all?
Fine, great.
Yes, fine, fine, great, great, man. You're, as I said, before starting recording, you are first international guest, man. It's such an honor for you, for us to have you today.
Yeah, it's an honor for me to
Thank you
be
very
the
much for
first
accepting this
one.
invite, man.
But it's dope because I know that you guys super you guys are super supportive of me. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you, man. So, is this your first time interacting with French people, or maybe you have you already been to France?
No, it's so funny because I took 3 years of French in high school. So I think one of my teachers would be proud of me, man. I did really well in that class, but I did not retain I did not retain anything that I learned. But yeah, I think my teacher would be proud of me. Shout out Madam McCaffrey.
I was about to say, man, we need to switch this interview in French then. If you studied French 3 years, that would be awesome, man.
Oh man.
That's cool. Um, Obviously, we're still in this pandemic with specific restriction, whether you're in France or in the US, and we would like to know how is the situations evolving there in the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area, I want to say like a lot of people, at least people that I know, a lot of people are starting to get the vaccine. I know a lot of it in the beginning was going to like older people, but I think a lot of people like in my age range, so like in 25s, 30s, are finessing their way into getting the
Mhm.
vaccine. So it's kind of getting back to normal. Like traffic is coming back because traffic in the Bay Area is horrible. So it's like kind of getting back to
Yeah.
horrible again. Um, but yeah, dining in restaurants and stuff too. Like they're increasing the capacity like little by little. So
Okay,
yeah, um,
Yes.
but music and events and everything, that's all like outside. If you're able to throw an event, it's all outdoors.
okay,
Okay. At least you are able to throw outdoors events.
Yeah, I think eventually,
Mhm.
I'm gonna dabble into that. I have a
Okay.
few like contacts in LA that have already reached out. So hopefully in my future, I'll be doing that after I'm vaccinated, because I do plan on taking the vaccine. So
Yeah.
yeah.
okay,
Okay.
great, great.
Okay.
So we know you more from your mixes from the Sweet Nothing radio, obviously. But you as a kid, how was it? How were you introduced to music in your family?
Man, like you said, it started with my family. So just writing, in the car, whatever music was playing on the radio, like that was obviously my first introduction to music.
Okay.
And also like going to sleep, like my mom would like put on a radio station to put me and my brother to sleep. It would like go on for like 20 minutes and it was like soul music, like super like R&B and B and all
Oof.
that. So I think that's where my love of R&B stemmed from. And then also a lot of it came from
Mhm.
MTV. If you guys know what MTV is.
Of course, of course.
Uh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So MTV music videos and everything. That's how a lot of my love for throwback comes from. It's from that era, like early 2000s. And as I got older, going through like music blogs and all of that, I think that's how I narrowed down into what I truly like loved, like my own taste. I think that's where that all came
Mhm.
from. But yeah, just been music, in love with music like my whole life.
It's crazy to notice how MTV played a huge part in our musical education, when it comes to our generation, because also here in France, it was like a really big thing. MTV videos, you know. Mm,
With everything, music, MTV clips, Be My Ride, everything.
Yeah, because when I was, younger, like maybe, I don't know, like around like 9 or 10, I wasn't even allowed to watch MTV. Like me and my brother would
yeah.
like sneak ourselves into watching that. Like my parents would like put a password on the TV and like we figured out the password in order to, watch that stuff. And I don't know, I just like loved like all the music videos. It's crazy like looking back on it now because sometimes I'll like go back and watch those music videos and it's just crazy. Like that time, you know.
Yeah, for sure,
That's
for
cool.
sure.
That's cool. And growing up, how was the influence of the beat making or the DJing scene to get to what you're doing currently?
So I didn't really know I wanted to DJ until I was maybe in my 20s, early 20, like probably when I was 20. So it I
Hmm.
don't know, I just know that um when I was in high school, a lot of people, not a lot of people, my close friends would come to me with like their iPods and like have me put music in them and I would ask them like, "What do you want me to put in these? Like I have no idea what your taste is." They're just like, "Put whatever you want. Like I like your taste. Just put whatever you're listening to because I trust your taste." And in my mind, I'm just like, "Whoa!" Like it feels like I'm doing something right. I don't know, but I know that like I would always subdivide like all the music before I even start DJing. I would always like create different playlists for like my moods and everything, or like artists of a certain generation. I was already doing that. So like later
Hmm.
as I, became like a DJ, it became easier to like organize my crates and everything because I knew like in my mind how to subdivide everything by genre or like era
Yeah.
and all of that. But yeah, just gradually, I don't know, I just had like an urge to DJ from one of my close friends from high school.
Great, great. And so you began with using iPod to do the playlists, and then with concerning the equipment, how was the what were you using, and what are you using now?
So I actually learned on turntables. My homie from high school, he had like two
Mm.
Technic 1200s, and some rain mixer. I forget which one it was, but that's what I actually learned on from him. And then after I learned from that, like a few weeks later, I found out like one of my uncles was selling a Pioneer DDJ-SX controller, and
Okay.
I was like, it's meant to be. So I ended up buying it, and that was my thing to record all my mixes on for a few years until I finally felt like I think like 3 or 4 years later, I wanted to buy my own turntables and everything because I wanted to get into turntablism and just trying to learn how to do basic like scratches and all that stuff. So now I have 2 Newmark turntables and like whatchamacallit, Mixar's Duo mixer. And then I also have like another mini like controller and yeah, that's really it. But I
Okay,
I record all my mixes on my controller.
and you learned it on you learned it on your own, or someone taught you a little bit how to mix?
My homie from high school taught me how to mix, right?
Okay.
And it took
Mhm.
me like because I have a background in dancing, I kind of picked up on it quicker than I thought I would. Cause yeah, so I was kind of like forced into learning how to do it. This ties into like how I just wound up into DJing. So yeah, he taught me at like before this house party started, and then he like wanted me to DJ for part of it because he wanted to talk to girls. So you know what I mean? So
Okay, so that's real
I was just
real
forced to
thing.
learn it. Yeah. And yeah, I guess after that day and then once I had my controller, like I was catching on pretty quick. So I really like learned how to do it on my own because I guess I just understand like the measures of music and that ties in with mixing and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Wow, man, you're pretty brave because you learn under the fire just before the house party, and then you had to to DJ right after.
Yeah, man.
That's
It
funny,
was
man.
just the beginning of the party, you know what I mean? He obviously like took over for the rest of
Yeah.
it, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just like just gotta learn on the spot. You gotta force yourself to do something. But yeah,
Yes,
that
yes,
was my introduction into
for
DJing. It
sure.
was just like it was that being forced into it accidentally, not forced, accidentally.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk about the scene, the Bay Area. How about it? How large or famous is the DJing culture there?
Oh man. Um it's pretty big here. Like you can really find yourself going to like different types of parties, like whether they're playing house, hip hop clubs, top 40. There's R&B parties, you know what I mean? Like the music scene out here, the DJing scene out here in particular, like it's a very diverse. And I really like that. Like I have a lot of I'm able to connect with a lot of people that, dabble into different genres and everything. So it's very diverse. So whatever you're looking for on a certain night, you can, look into certain clubs and the chances they're playing something you like is very high.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
And Bay Area's musical culture is also so deep and so wide.
Yeah,
From
very,
the
very rich
legends,
music scene.
uh, for sure, from the rap legends to also strong R&B core. When you think about Tony, for example, coming from the Bay Area, with all that soul background, that's super nice also. Mhm.
Speaking about the Bay Area, have you watched the verses between E40 and Too Short?
Oh my God. I think I spent a whole chunk of my day watching that. Like that was a cool moment for the Bay, you know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
felt like a lot of people like from outside of the Bay Area didn't really understand the energy that they were putting
Hmm.
out there, but I think it was just like a moment for a lot of people who, take pride in the music that we play here, like a lot of the stuff that we grew up, the hyphy
yeah,
movement. Like we take a lot of pride in that, like going like super hard, all the energy and all that. And it was a really cool moment for us to see that because those are like, Bay Area OGs putting on for us. So
yeah, for
it was
sure.
cool to have them noticed on that platform because Versus has grown so big during the whole
Yeah.
pandemic. So I try and keep up with a lot of
Yeah,
the Versus battles because they're pretty well done, I'd say.
Hmm.
for sure. Did you have a favorite one in that battle?
Oh man, E40 for me. E40 is like my favorites. Yeah,
E40 for
he has
you?
a
Okay,
lot of his songs are like my favorites. Yeah, it's E40 for sure.
great, great.
Cool, cool, cool. Let's talk about this dope stage name, Your Imagination. Does it come from your real name or tell us about it?
So so my nickname it's Yuri, Yuri, and when I was like 13, um I don't know why I just came up with that name in my head. I just thought like, oh, my name ends in an I, and then I just extended it and just put imagination. And that became like my
Yeah,
AIM messenger name, AOL instant messenger name. And then because I used to b-boy, that was also my b-boy name for a little bit. And
Okay.
I don't know, when I just
mm,
ended up DJing, I was just like, uh, I'll just stay with that. Your imagination. It's super long. Like whenever I
yeah.
see my name on a flyer, I'm just like, man, it's the longest name on the on the flyer. So yeah, it takes up a lot of space.
But actually, it's a
But
great
yeah,
name, man, because there is a concept behind that, you know. So it's cool.
exactly. And I don't know, like the deeper, cornier level of it is just like I don't know what I do,
Yeah.
the music that I play, it's all part of your imagination, or something funny like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
For those listening and for those who don't know about it, how would you describe the Sweet Nothing Radio?
So Sweet Nothing's radio is it's like showing off my love. It's inspired by the Quiet Storm R&B format, like that they would play here. At least what I grew up on was like they would play R&B on this radio station and call it like the Quiet Storm, like late at night. So they play like a whole bunch of love songs. So for me, I just wanted
Mhm,
to be different with Sweet Nothings because I before I started Sweet Nothings,
Hmm.
I was already doing like mixes for a few years, but I think the common denominator with all my mixes was that a lot of R&B was being played, right? And
Yeah.
so I wanted to do something towards that because just love R&B, and it's basically, you know, my spin on the Quiet Storm format and my taste of R&B, what I think everybody else would like. So it's old R&B, it's today's
mhm.
R&B, it's like
Hmm.
SoundCloud edits that I feel like are super dope, like shining light on newer artists that I feel like are coming up. That's essentially what Sweet Nothings is. And I tend to play a lot of like, love songs, hence Sweet Nothings, words of affection. So that's where all that comes from.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Great.
Man, R&B is the best, man.
All day, every
You're
day.
talking to yeah, yeah, man, you're
Yeah,
talking
man,
to
it's R&B is
very
just like,
two huge fan of R&B here.
yeah, man, like R&B just it's just something about the genre that like it's just something that I feel whenever I hear a really, really good R&B song that has good songwriting, a good beat. It's just that feeling, and I try and showcase a lot of those songs in each and every one of my mixes. So I try and like
Mhm.
carefully craft each one to make, you know, everybody understand the genre like the way that I love it.
Yeah. Are you satisfied with the current state of R&B in 2021?
I am because I feel like there is a different type of R&B for everyone, and I think that's with music streaming being so popular and social media just growing so big. Like you can literally discover anyone. You can find like somebody doing alternative R&B, somebody doing neo soul, somebody doing trap soul type of R&B. Like you can literally find a lot of people doing that. So I would say I love where it's at right now because you just never know who's next.
Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure.
I agree. Do you have some kind of ritual or habits while preparing your mixes?
Um I think for each for each mix, before I even like touch my DJ equipment, I just start a playlist, and I kind of like I guess every because I do it bi-monthly, I'll just keep adding songs and taking songs out of that playlist, like what I keep having in rotation, what I don't. Sometimes I like going back to like older artists' albums, and I'll start like going through their discography and just thinking like, wow, I missed this. This is a cool B-side, and I'll just keep adding on to the playlist for the next Sweet Nothings. And yeah, once I feel like I have a good amount of songs that I feel like can take me up to an hour, a little over an hour, that's when I'll start like my recording process. And then after I record it, like try and like think of like a cool way to like promote the next mix. Um, and then after that, I just think of a date to release it on, and usually on a Sunday because I have this thing that I'm trying to like have people catch on to, Sweet Nothing Sundays. Um, But yeah,
Yeah.
usually on a Sunday is when I'll release it. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I try and do bi-monthly to release my mixes, but sometimes I just get really busy or I I don't know, I overthink the songs that are in the mix, so I feel like taking songs out and redoing my recording process too. But yeah, I try and like take my time with each one when it comes out.
Mm.
Okay, that's great. Um, you were talking about the R&B scene, as Jay was asking to you, was talking to you. Uh, During these last weeks, what was in heavy rotation on your mobile or your laptop?
Man, Joyce Wrice, she just released her album last week.
Ah,
Have y'all
man.
listened to Joyce Wrice's
Talk
album?
I
that
just
talk,
wrote it
man.
here, but you already.
This album, man. This album is an album. And
What do
it's
y'all
crazy
think? What do y'all
because
think? I want
we
to hear
knew,
y'all opinion.
Man, shout out to D-Mile. That's all I
man,
gotta say. D-Mile.
yeah, shout out to D Mile for sure. For sure. Because this guy is just budding 2021. From Joyce Rice to Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak, yeah, to Victoria Monet
Man,
to Lucky Day. This guy, man, and the album is
oh
just
my.
to me. I loved it. I love it. I love this album. Most we knew a lot of the songs, but I feel like in the context of the album, they are even more. I would say powerful. I just love this album.
Yeah, man. It's I mean I've been a big Joyce Wrice fan for a while and I always wondered like when is she gonna release a full project, you know what I mean? And I actually got to meet her like maybe 2 years ago with my girlfriend at like this small, like really, really small intimate show. And she is super sweet. I think
Wow.
after meeting her, like I just became an even bigger like fan of her because she's such a good person. And you get that energy when you meet her.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah, man, once this finally came out, I just like could not stop playing it for like the rest of the day. Like I just played it this morning. I ran it again and again this morning, and
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like, what are y'all favorite songs from the album?
Wow. Let me take a look back at the track list because
I think mine is losing. Yes,
Losing
I
is a
think
good
it's
one
losing.
because I like the song that it goes
Yeah.
into right after that. I think my favorite is
You.
Addicted. Addicted is just written so well. Yeah,
I think mine
Addicted,
is
even
Yes,
like I just
I think mine is Hot Minute Until. I think. But go on. That's cool.
oh yeah, yeah, Addicted, I just found out that looking through the album credits, James Poyser from The Roots, like he produced that beat, which is dope. Like, and I love James Poyser. I love the work that he's done with like Erykah Badu and like all these other legends. You know what I mean? With D'Angelo and all
Yeah.
that.
yeah,
Shout out to
yeah,
Aquarium.
Yeah, hell yeah.
yes,
I just like love all the artists that have been on that album. She put in a lot of time and a lot of work for that, so it's dope.
for sure. But it's crazy what you said because I like losing because of you, the song just after losing, because I love the transition and the change in moods. I feel like it's the
Mhm, mhm.
perfect, perfect um, manifestation or proof of like how mixed our feelings could be, you know, and that's why I love this
Yeah,
song.
man.
Yeah, yeah, dope album.
I was looking back on the her website, the shop, and everything went like everything went sold out. So like,
Yeah, it was sold
from
out.
the
Yeah,
vinyl to the t-shirt, to the CD, to the cassette, everything.
Yeah, I only got a shirt, man. I tried to get a signed vinyl, but that sold out right when I went to go check out.
Mm.
And we were talking about what is currently on heavy on in heavy rotation. Sorry, but what is never leaving? What is always on your mobile or your laptop? Whether you're going, I don't know, to the store or going to
Oh
the
man.
car.
So whenever I cannot figure out what to play in my car, I always play Anderson .Paak's Malibu album. I always play that album.
Oh man.
That's some taste,
Yeah,
though.
because
Some real taste.
I think because yeah, I think because I was just going through a lot at that time in my life when I heard the album. So it's like something I just played from front to back constantly. And what else do I play? The Internet, Ego Death, that's like a flawless album in my opinion.
For sure.
Um Confessions by Usher. I think the anniversary was like earlier this week. I will
Yep.
always play that
Yeah.
anytime, anywhere, no skips at all for that album.
You're
Yeah,
bringing the
I don't know.
heavy
I have a few
hitters.
more. I just cannot think like off. Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't think of any more. Aaliyah, obviously, like I have like all her albums, and yeah, man, there's a lot. There's a lot.
But a great list, a great list. I guess we all
For
agree
sure.
there on this one.
Mhm.
And currently, if you had to give us like one artist from I don't know, the Bay Area or another area of the US, aside Joyce Wrice, that according to you is the next one. Like, guys, you're not ready for this man or this woman. He's or she's next.
Um, dang, I have two. So Christian Curia, I put him in. I think maybe two of my mixes. Christian Curia is one. He's from the Bay, and Kiyomi. I think E40 just retweeted a song that she just put out. I think last week. You should look both of them up. Pretty dope.
For
Okay.
sure.
I
We
think
will
they're
for
up
sure.
next, man. I
And man,
honestly think they're up next.
we're going to share some French flavors also. Because like in France, R&B, the R&B movement is starting again, and so we have pretty bright also emerging artists we need to share with you.
Yeah, yeah. We'll give you some of our artists. And next to that, we also know a friend of our of friends, sorry, of ours who is providing a bi-monthly mix which is dedicated
Yeah,
to women. It's called a Bonita Music Podcast, and this guy also is releasing some stuff. We don't know how he's finding it, but that's crazy stuff. And also R&B,
yeah,
rap, neo soul, new soul, but just concerning woman artists, and that's
yeah,
pretty dope.
yeah. I think
Yeah,
you
you gotta
like
send
it.
that to me.
Yes, for sure. I think you'll like it because you have the same musical DNA, you know? So I think you will like it. His name is Mutip. Shout out
Shout
to
out to
him.
Mutip.
Yeah.
For sure, I'm a peep.
Awesome.
I'm a peep.
Okay, Yuri. So we got like one some last question that we like to ask to the DJ that we interacting with on this podcast. Let's imagine we are in like summer, 3 years. In 3 years, like I don't know, 2023 or 2024, you're booked for three events, two potential gigs, a house party, the opening of an artist concert, or your own set at a festival. Which one do you pick? Because you have to pick just one, and why?
That's tough.
We know.
Tough one.
I honestly would say the house party because I think what I learned from doing, at least from the gigs that I've done so far, I like the intimacy of having people around. I like feeling the connection of the people around, especially when I get into
Mhm.
gigs where I'm able to like play as much R&B as possible. I love seeing people sing at the top of their lungs. Like I love watching that happen. I love seeing people interact with each other because of a song that's on. I
Hmm.
would honestly
Yeah,
say the house party.
Okay, so the
great.
house party is beginning. You begin the gig to warm up the people. Which song are you playing?
To warm up the people,
Yeah.
probably Return of the Mac. Everybody loves that song from Mark
Yeah,
Morrison.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Now we are not there yet, but you slowly led people to the peak time of your set. Which song are you playing? But you already started with Return of the Mac, so I guess people are already, you know.
They're already hyped.
Oh man, damn. I don't. This is like an inside joke between me and my close homies, but I would play like Ja Rule. Like I'm a really big Ja Rule fan.
Okay.
I would play like one of his songs. People like people really know me for playing minimum three Ja Rule songs in my sets, and I that's like a
Oh
thing
yeah.
for me. So yeah, that's the
Uh,
way. Yeah, I cannot do a gig without playing Ja Rule. That is like my thing.
Okay. Cool. 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 Now it's
cool,
peak
man.
time. Everybody sing. Everybody's singing along to the track that you're playing. But what is this track?
Living It Up by Ja Rule. That's the song.
Okay. Back to back. So
Yeah, that's cool.
now we need to slow down. We need some, grab your man, grab your lady, slow jam session. Which track are you giving to the audience?
Genuine Differences. That song
Hi.
has always
Man.
worked when I switch to it. It's
Yeah,
either
in the
that or it's
internet,
Keisha
but I
Cole
would like to
Love.
shake your hand.
Like,
I would like to shake your hand for this choice.
Oh man, love, love. This one, this one is dangerous, man. Love when it comes to the sing along. Whoo! With all
yeah,
the
and if you want to
emotions.
do like more recent, yeah, if you want to do more recent, I would say Daniel Caesar Get You. Like that's another one that people like love to
Wow,
sing.
For sure,
man.
for sure.
I guess some men will
Yeah.
whisper in the ear of some girls, man, that was my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl. I'm sorry.
On Get You, everyone tries to hit like the falsetto, the high notes, you know.
Genuine. At the end of the day, my love,
Ooh.
That's
man.
why I love playing that. Exactly. That's exactly why I love playing
Great,
that.
For
great,
sure.
great. Okay, okay. So now, in order to close your set, guys, it's time to go home. It's time to clap to clap our hands for your gig during this night, during this house party. To close out the house party, which song do you play?
Damn, to close it out, that's tough. Um, Usually when I close out, I love to help the guys like, leave with a girl or at least leave talking to a girl. So it's probably My Boo by Usher and
Okay,
Alicia Keys. That's probably the last song. The last song is for the dudes.
okay. Well, I guess
That one is a good sing along also, to do a duet. Just like the last episode of the Swiss Nothings radio show,
Yeah, man.
the duet,
I like how you caught
ultimate one. Yeah, yeah,
that.
for sure.
Yeah.
people are leaving the house party of you like watching him on the back like, you're my guy. You're a guy. That's
I've
crazy,
had so
crazy,
many of those
crazy.
moments, man. I love that. I love when dudes are just like dap me up because I played a certain song. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
why I choose the house party. It's for the intimacy, man.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree.
Mm.
And it's like going to a concert of the type you were talking about, the Joyce Wrice one, and I think that's the best concert. These ones,
Hmm. For sure.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. Because the smaller concerts, I feel like you
Hmm.
can really see them, like you can really hear them like sing and like feel their energy, feel the energy of
Yeah.
the songs that, they essentially created. So yeah, I love really intimate shows too.
Mm.
During the
So
whole the since you're starting DJing, have you ever heard of being asked a crazy request at a house party or whatever?
Um, I feel like the crazy requests come from doing family parties. I try not to do too many of those.
Man, I think this one. Tell us more about this one.
They'll have me like, digging through my phone and like I gotta like search through my phone, like search through like YouTube for some low quality song that, they're trying to show me. And I gotta plug a second a separate cord into my mixer just to play it off my phone. I can't mix it or anything, so I gotta
Yeah,
just
yeah.
just cut the volume and switch the song.
Then there
But
is
you
the
gotta do
YouTube
it for
ad
the
that
you
is
gotta do it for the
coming.
old people,
Yes,
man.
yes. You have to play it
Oh,
with your hand.
exactly. You forget that, you don't have ad blocker on your phone.
For sure, man.
Damn, that's crazy. That's
For
crazy.
sure.
But that's the people that are the most passionate about this music. And if someone wants to start DJing, let's say
Yeah.
I don't know, E, Chris or Jay, which advice would you give him or her in order to start it?
Uh, Stick to the music you love. I feel like you create your identity in this space because we have so many people being able to DJ now. I think what separates everyone is their music taste, and you got to stick to the music you love. Um, and chances are the music that you love is, it's somebody's gonna hear that and love it just as much as you. You never know. So
Hmm.
I think that's how you build like an organic following. I mean, that's how I met you guys. So, yeah,
Yep,
that's the one piece of
exactly.
advice that I would always tell somebody is stay true to the music you
Yeah.
love.
Great.
That's such a that's such a great advice because sometimes, man, we're just, chasing trends, you know, and that could be when chasing trends are become an obsession. That could be, I would say, less organic, and that's why when you stick to your own sound and to your kind of music, for example, you are, in love with R&B, with soul, and so you dig really deep in those genres, and we can feel it, because like it comes out in a very, I would say, organic form, and it's sincere. Mm, for sure.
Yeah, man, that's literally what I try and do with Sweet Nothings Radio is I just want to put that type of energy out there. I want to give that type of vibe when somebody listens to it.
Hmm.
Like if they're ever in that mood, they know that they can put on Sweet Nothings and that will, fulfill that mood that they're in. That's what I try and do. That's my intention with every single mix that I put out for Sweet Nothings.
Yeah. Great, great,
Great.
great. So all 13 episodes of the Sweet Nothings Radio are on SoundCloud, but We can also, for the people that are listening, check your other mixes, your other edits on this page. We can also reach out to you on your Instagram, whether it's your imagination one or the one for the radio. Is there anything you would like to add to the people out there for the US or listening in France, in Paris? There, Yuri.
Just stay safe, man. This world is unpredictable. Just stay safe. Um, Try and find your inner peace,
Exactly.
because that's
Totally
something you
agree.
can control.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, y'all gotta put me on to French artists. You gotta put me onto some French artists.
We will definitely,
For sure,
definitely.
man. For sure. Yes, yes. And this R&B scene out here in France is bubbling
I can
for
bet
sure.
just right now that the next, I don't know, maybe not the 14, maybe the 15 or the 16 Sweet Nothing Radio, you will be playing a French artist.
Ah, yes, man. We're going
Yeah,
to see the
man. I think I
fire.
have a few in my playlist. I have to dig a little deep.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
Nice.
Last but not least, if you had to choose one DJ or beatmaker that we will have there in order to interact with him on our podcast, who would like?
Yeah,
Yeah,
someone that you know.
who will it be?
Um, Man, I have so many close friends that I would suggest. Um, I would say my homie Justin Agana, DJ Agana. He was actually in one of Joyce Wrice's music videos. I think the So So Sick one. He was
Oh,
in So So Sick, which is funny.
okay.
But yeah, that's one of the DJs that I've looked up to for ever since I was in high school. Like I would listen to his mixes and we just became friends like years later. So he's dope. He's in LA. I guess my other homie too, Arcade. He's streaming on Twitch like 2, 3 times out of the week. Um, he would be dope to
Dope.
interview because he's really like committed to um his following on Twitch, the following that he's built on Twitch ever since the pandemic happened. Both of those two, those are the homies.
Great, great, great.
Great. Great. We extend the invitation for sure. For sure.
Yeah, man. Hopefully they're open to doing one of these because this is dope. I like what y'all are doing.
Well, thank you. Thanks again for being there, for the invite, for accepting the invite, and we wish you
For
all
sure,
the
man.
best for the next week, the next month, for you, your family, music wise, obviously, and
Yes, for sure, man. Thank you so
Y'all
much.
take
And
care too. Right.
as you, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, man. As you said, and I think it was perfectly said, let's find our inner peace and keep our love for music alive and just um, basically stream and listen to the Swiss Nothings radio.
your imagination.
I think that's a good word to
No time.
finish. Yeah.
Yeah, next one is coming soon. I promise that is coming soon. Like maybe in the next few weeks. I have a special guest on that one.
Wow, that's an
Cool.
exclusive from our podcast.
Yeah, yeah. If y'all know, 143 is like a famous, a pretty popular LA party, that plays R&B music. So I was able to get one of the co-founders. His name is Sick, to provide me a guest mix for the next Sweet Nothing. So
Oh,
it's
great.
really
Okay,
good. I can't wait for
Yeah.
everybody to hear it. And then I'm gonna get y'all merch. I'm trying to get merch made. I'm gonna make sure both of you guys get merch. So yeah,
I was
just to
trying to
return the
get this
favor,
a
man, because I
sticker of
appreciate
the
y'all.
Sweet Nothing like a few months ago,
Thank you, man.
so it went too sold out too quick. So I guess maybe next time.
I know.
That's cool. That's cool. Man, you
I did
popular.
not
You
expect
popular.
any of that, but I
That's cool. That's
appreciate
cool.
you
That's
guys for
great.
trying.
For
It doesn't
sure,
even
man.
feel like it, man. But you know, hopefully, the next one is soon. I'm working on it. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for listening, like truly listening to my stuff.
That's cool. That's cool. That was great.
Thank you, man.
For the
Thank you.
people listening, that was
Yeah.
Yuri from Sweet Nothing Radio. And thanks again. We catch up next
Thanks, man.
on the
God
next
bless.
episode of De La Musicopolis. Thanks again, Yuri, and best for the next stuff. We wish you the best. See
See
you.
you.
Peace.
You.